Basic safety familiarization. What is safety familiarization? The main purpose of familiarization is to introduce new personnel to important safety procedures on board, emergencies, and proper use of ship technology. The master shall appoint a qualified person responsible for training and new members of the crew. The International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers 1978 as amended STCW, the Associated Code STCW Code, and Maritime Labor Convention 2006 MLC 2006 require all seafarers and persons employed or engaged on board a ship to have safety familiarization and basic training or instruction before being assigned any shipboard tasks or duties. Safety familiarization or trainings or instruction shall be carried out by a suitable, competent person such as a safety officer. Number 1. Before being assigned to shipboard duties, all persons employed engaged on the seagoing ship, other than passengers, shall receive approved familiarization training in personal survival techniques, or receive sufficient information and instruction, taking account of the guidance given in part 2 to be able to communicate with the persons on board on elementary safety matters and understand safety information symbols, signs and alarms and signals. Know what to do if a person falls overboard, fire or smoke is detected, or the fire or abandoned ship alarm is sounded. Identify master and embarkation stations and emergency escape routes. Locate and warn life jackets. Raise the alarm and have the basic knowledge of the use of portable fire extinguisher. Take immediate action upon encountering an accident or other medical emergency before seeking further medical assistance on board. And close and open the fire. Weather tight and weather water tight doors fitted in the particular ship other than those for full opening. Seafarers shall receive safety familiarization and basic training or instruction in accordance with Section A61 of the STC Code and shall meet the appropriate standards of competence specified therein. Where basic training is not included in the qualification for the certificate, to be issued a certificate of proficiency shall be issued indicating that the holder has attended the course in basic training. During the STCW basic safety training, you learn how to act in various emergency situations on board of a ship. The basic safety training has been approved by Maritime Administration of Ukraine and complies with the STCW-10 Manila Amendments, and it is a mandatory certificate which you can have to obtain before you can have a job on board of the ship. To remain STCW Basic Safety Training certified, this training must be repeated after 5 years. In the basic safety training, one will get acquainted with these skills: personal safety and social responsibilities, personal survival techniques, fire prevention and firefighting, elementary first aid, ship-specific familiarization, ship familiarization procedures for new crew members. The new crew members joining the ship must be aware of their obligation regarding the use of equipment, security, and safety on board. The main purpose of familiarization is to introduce new personnel to important safety procedures on board, emergencies, and proper use of the ship technology. The master shall appoint a qualified person responsible for training the new members of the crew. The main aim of the familiarization is training is therefore to make the new crew aware of important safety procedures that are to be carried out on ships while working during an emergency. The officer in charge of the training will train the new crew with regards to the master list guidelines on how to tackle all kinds of emergencies on board the specific ship. Documents and publication of ship including SOLAS and MARPOL. Ship fire control plan. Use of the different types of firefighting and life-saving appliances that are available on board and their specific duties on board. In addition, the officer should also ensure that the new crew members know the following: location of escape routes and different types of alarm on board the ship. Duties in master list during emergencies. Location of life jackets and immersion suits. Location of his or her cabin, along with the location of the nearest escape route and procedure to operate fire extinguisher. Operation of fire and watertight doors fitted on ship, and instructions of ship drill and procedures to raise an alarm in case of an accident or emergency. The familiarization training will include duties to be performed by the new crew member, including specific equipment to be operated and maintained and specific watchkeeping duties. New crew members joining a ship will receive particular instructions regarding machinery or ship parts. If the member belong to the deck department, they will be familiarized with navigation equipment, GMDSS steering system, mooring equipment, and cargo handling equipment. If the new member belongs to the engine department, they will be familiar with the designated machinery, maintenance procedures, and watchkeeping procedures. Apart from duty and safety instruction, the officer in charge of the familiarization training would instruct the new crew member regarding important issues such as oil pollution preventing plan and garbage management plan, ship security plan (SSP), lifeboat and life raft release procedure, and uses of distress signal and flares. Security familiarization. Security-related familiarization training. Before being assigned to shipboard duties, all persons employed or engaged on a seagoing ship, which is required to comply with the provision of the ISPS code, other than passengers, shall receive approved security-related familiarization training to be able to report a security incident, including the piracy or armed robbery threat or attack. Know the procedures to follow when they recognize a security threat, and take part in security-related emergency and contingency procedures. Seafarers with designated security duties engaged or employed on a sea-going ship shall, before being assigned such duties, receive security-related familiarization training on their assigned duties and responsibilities. The security-related familiarization training shall be conducted by the ship security officer or an equally qualified person. Documentary evidence must be kept by the ship in order to establish the training has been completed. It is recommended that the same method of recording safety familiarization training is issued to be record security related familiarization training. If the SSP has not yet been amended to incorporate security familiarization as an interim provision. Maritime Cook Islands requires that the circular is issued by the CSO to CI flag vessel, immediately notifying them of the requirements of this circular. At the soonest available opportunities, the amended SSP must be submitted to the vessel deputy registrar for approval. The front cover of the plan is to be assigned and stamped by the deputy registrar, and copy of the signed and dated cover to be forwarded to head office. The security awareness training is known in Brazil as the CFTN. This training can correspond the two IMO model courses depending on the whether the seafarer has designated security duties or not. These are security awareness training of seafarers designated security duties, IMO model courses 3.26. Security awareness training for all seafarers, IMO model course 3.27. Prior being assigned shipboard duties, all seafarers employed or engaged in any capacity on ships to which the ISTS code applies should receive security-related familiarization training. The familiarization training is performed by the ship security office or an equally qualified person and provide guidance for the seafarer so that they are at least able to report a security incident, know which procedure to follow when they recognize a security threat, and take part in security-related emergency and contingency procedures. These procedures shall be included in ship security plan and may also be included as part of shipboard familiarization checklist. The three types of security training in STCW. 3 levels of security-related training refers to the approved training programs as Ship Security Office SSO, seafarer with designated security duties SDSD, and security awareness training SAT.